one of the biggest topics of conversation right now is I think you know what I'm going to talk about here: turf and grass. So yeah, this is a touchy subject for a lot of people. Obviously, if you go back maybe about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, you saw obviously the London grass was being complained about on Sunday. The turf, I should say, at Wembley Stadium. Von Miller said on the Pat McAfee show it was the worst turf he's ever played on, and he's been in the league for 13 seasons. Travis Kelce plays at US Bank a week and a half ago against the Vikings, and he hurts his ankle. It's a high ankle sprain. It's becoming more and more of an issue. And from an athletic trainer's perspective, first and foremost, how much do you guys take into account, the environments that you're going in to play in on a weekly basis? And is that kind of reciprocated or preached to the other trainers or the staff, the players? How is that taken care of? And how do you kind of keep a close assessment on that?
Damn, that's a good question. That's a really good question because personally, like I'm gonna say, if I'm playing, I want to play on grass. I'm gonna keep it a bean. If I'm playing, I might be 31. I'm him though.
College, were you in turf or grass when you played?
My freshman year, I went to Norwich University. Not a lot of people know that. I went to Norwich University in Vermont. That was grass. My 3 years at Kings was all turf. Okay. And thank the man above, I ain't never had no serious injuries. As I've always been as an athletic trainer, I was raised to do preventative ankle tape. Like I said, our domain is injury prevention. So like when I was at FIU, everybody it was mandatory to get your ankles taped. The same way it's mandatory to wear knee braces in college. My head athletic trainer made it mandatory to get your ankles taped. So I was like, all right, that's kind of a good not invention, but like a good idea. So let's do it.
You bring up a good point with the preparation side. I didn't even really think in regards of like how you would best prepare for that situation. I guess you really can't, because it's just kind of like it's an inevitable thing if it does happen. But I'm sure you can attest to this. The proper stretching and preparation for game, your pregame, going through your pregame stretch. And by the way, USFL has some of the best trainers I've ever seen. They are very in-depth and very tedious. And when you see it firsthand, they are very passionate about their craft. They have some of the best trainers. I know I've never worked in the NFL, but we're hoping one day maybe. But I will say that they have some very fantastic trainers. Coach Cook had done a phenomenal job when I was down there. Zach too. Zach did a phenomenal job when I was down there with the USFL. Shouts to those guys if they see this podcast. They run a tremendous program down there with the United States Football League in Birmingham.